Today's podcast is sponsored by Key & Kin. Are you planning a visit for family or friends? Skip the hassle and book with Key & Kin, Beaver County's top short-term rental provider. Their hand-picked Airbnb properties offer modern finishes, warm personal touches, and exceptional service. From a single night to a few weeks, unlock a perfect stay in Beaver County and beyond with Key & Kin. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Enthralled for our next episode. Today I have Ellie Del Turco here.
Hey!
And I'm super excited. This is super exciting, and I'm going to let her introduce herself here in a minute. I want to read our scripture for Enthralled. Let the king be enthralled by your beauty. Honor him, for he is your Lord. Psalms 45:11. So Ellie is not only a friend, but now actually she's married to my cousin, which is even cooler, and I knew her, I guess, way before then.
Yeah.
Back at 19 North Days, which she was young, and we were.
We all were.
We all were young, yes. Still are young, but that's okay. But yeah, do you want to tell us a little bit about where you live, how you grew up?
Yeah, I totally grew up a little bit of a nomad. Like, we moved around a lot when I was growing up, but settled down here in Pittsburgh when I was about 13.
Okay.
And I've been here ever since. It's home.
Yeah, so, and where's your home now?
Yeah, real close to you. I'm just over the river.
I'm just saying, 'cause we're so excited that you live so close now.
Yeah, it's great.
So fun here in Beaver County.
Yeah, love it.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking a little bit about your passion for worship. So if anybody knows you, knows that you love to sing and loves to hear your voice sing worship music. I'm sure you sing a lot of things, but I've only ever really heard you sing so much worship or where I first heard you, I should say, is at church and many other places on our family vacations when they made you pull out your guitar and lead worship at random.
Normal occurrence.
Like, Ellie's coming, we're going to make her sing.
No, I love it.
That's great. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about when you first fell in love with worship. Maybe not just music, but like just in general.
Yeah, I even as a tiny child. My mom was like, "Is it normal for your kid to just like sing all the time?" Because I wouldn't shut up. Like I would sing myself to sleep. I'd be singing all the time. You know, just walking around, whatever. Totally normal. Always singing. And I grew up a Christian, right? So my mom flooded the house with kids, like the best of 90s worship kids music, like the cheesiest stuff, Veggie Tales, all of it. Like it was just a very musical environment for me, even though my parents are not musical at all. It was really interesting that I grew up with a lot of Christian music.
That's what I was going to ask you. Was there anybody in your family or
No,
no,
not at all. Like my parents never learned instruments and never sang or anything. Wow. So it was crazy that they had this kid that was like always
they didn't know
singing.
what to do.
Yeah, they're like, is this normal?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So I grew up around some great Christian music. Darlene Check, you know, oh my gosh. I'm trying to think. Oh, Carmen.
Oh, like, I loved Carmen.
Carmen was great. You know, like that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And yeah, you know, as I grew and got older, I was involved in some musicals and really started dealing with stage fright, which is a big part of my story. Yeah. But I did choir in high school and served on my worship team at my youth group. And yeah, I love music. It's great.
Yeah, that's great. So what led you into worship ministry? Was it like, did you feel called, or did you kind of just like gradually go into it, or how did that start for you?
It's funny. My mom actually received a prophetic word when she was pregnant with me that I would be in worship music and Christian music, which is wild. Yeah. So
especially knowing that she's not into music at all.
No, not at all.
Cool.
And so I think my upbringing was so intentional because she had gotten that word so early on about me. Yeah. So when it came to worship music and actually being involved with serving, that didn't happen until I was about 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's cool.
Not as a kid,
yeah,
but as a teenager.
But she maybe always knew that.
Yes.
Do you think? Did she ever tell you? When did she tell you that She had that prophetic word.
I remember being young,
Okay.
but at the same time, she never pressured me.
Yeah.
Like, I think she just knew that when the timing was right, the Lord would speak to me about it, which he did.
Yeah. Like she didn't want to be the person to kind of.
She did not push me.
Yeah.
Like, you need to serve at church. No, none of that. She was just kind of surrounded me with the best influences in Christian music I could have had growing up. And then when it was time, and now even as an adult and leading worship full time, I pull from a lot of my upbringing and the songs that I listen to.
Wow, that's cool.
It's cool.
So how old were you when you actually started? You said at 13 you like really liked it. When would you say you actually started really getting into it?
The first time I ever auditioned for a worship team, I think I was probably about 13 or 14, and we were going to a very small church at the time that didn't have any live music at all. And the pastor's kids were involved in the worship team a little bit, and I learned piano, like classical music, but I could pick up things by ear really easily. And so I thought that maybe I could help. And I started playing the piano and singing a little bit for this small church. And eventually, that was when we first moved here. We were trying to get our feelers out for where to go to church. We ended up moving to an Assemblies of God church that was really involved in fine arts. And that was the first time I'd ever really been on a platform with like more than 10 people in the room. And I did like a solo singing, and that's when I started to notice that I was really frightened and encountering a lot of stage fright and fear around that pressure of people watching me. So that's where the battle kind of started, and stepped away from the platform and from serving for a couple of years until the Lord spoke to me on a missions trip and gave me a bit of an ultimatum with what I knew that I was called to, but was really just terrified to step into, because I felt like I couldn't sing in front of people. And he challenged me in that way and asked me to be obedient. But it was truly my choice. Like he really...
It's like all those choices God gives you. It's like, he has a plan for all of us, but are we willing to step into the scary ones?
That's exactly it. And actually doing it scared, but doing it with him. And then I auditioned for a worship team at a church up here in the North Hills, and it was a game changer. I felt like I actually could really trust the Lord, and it was like my perspective on what worship was. It was really starting to come into focus for me, that it wasn't necessarily about how well I could sing or how good I was, but it was more about how much I partnered with him in it, that he would be glorified through me, literally using me as an instrument. And then the pressure kind of came off, and I was able to sing. So...
How old were you at that point?
I was 17.
Okay.
Yeah, so a little later than maybe some people getting involved, but it was the right timing for me.
Yeah, maybe you would have been, I mean, God knows. Or when we're obedient on those little things, then he calls us to these bigger things.
Definitely.
So how do you confirm that worship was part of your purpose? Like, how did you, besides God telling you?
Right.
Or showing you that, I guess.
I think the fact that I knew that when it was apart from him, like when it was something like a solo in the choir or even a music theater audition, it felt very different there than it did when I was like ministering and ministering to people and worshiping the Lord. Totally different feelings for me. So I knew that, like, okay, I'm way too stressed in this stage environment, but when I'm doing this with the Lord, it feels easy and it feels right. That
kind of leads into the next question about what does it mean to you to lead others into God's presence? Because ultimately that's what you're doing when you're leading worship, right?
Yes. What does it mean? To me, it's a twofold thing. So as a worship leader, my first goal is to minister to the Lord, but my second goal is to not leave the room behind. So I'm conscious of both things at the same time. When I'm in a congregational setting and leading people, I'm like, okay, what am I doing to minister and to the heart of the Lord and to glorify him? But how can I invite this whole room into that experience and encourage them to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's what worship means to me. It's like ministering to the Lord and also inviting people in on that too.
Is that a hard task to I mean, I'm sure it got easier over time, but I would think, I don't know. I guess we'll probably maybe get into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, and maybe different settings you're in, right? Like where you're at worship.
Yeah. I think it depends on the room you're leading, like you said. But it also is just your comfort level with being in front of people. Because sometimes, and I've been guilty of this, you just shut your eyes the whole time and you're like, I'm just focusing on God.
I would do.
Yeah, right. Because it's not wrong. Like, yes, you should be focused on the Lord. Yes. Yeah. But the more that you do it, and you're like, wait a second, like my role here is not, like I can do that with the Lord in my secret place, and I do. Yeah. But when you're in front of people, you're like, oh, he's actually given me the responsibility to pastor this room, and he'll help me sense what needs to happen and what doesn't need to happen. And so as I have gone on in it, I've led with my eyes open more than my eyes closed, because like that's my purpose, is to show people how to do this. Yeah. You know? That's
good. So like in your quiet moments, it's very different worship to you, whether when you're with like a group of people that you're leading.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not necessarily carrying that responsibility with you when you're in the secret place, which is where you recharge and where I explore with the Holy Spirit and just like it is the most special times to me, and it really fills my heart up, so that when I'm in the room, I'm not starving for him. I'm like, okay, I can actually serve out of surplus and look at your people and ask, what do you want to do for them today, Lord? And what can they do for you? It's just, it flips your perspective a little bit.
That's cool. I've never thought of that, because I don't know music at all, or worship. I just love worship. So listening to it, I should say. But that kind of reminds me of like even like reading the Bible or filling yourself up. Like you have to fill yourself up so you can pour it out and give it to others, right? Yes. It's the same idea, I'm guessing, with worship.
It is. And even more so than that, you can't lead people down a path you haven't walked already. Yeah. So when I am wanting people to experience peace and freedom in worship, that's that sweat equity that I'm putting in that secret place with the Lord. I'm asking him, Lord, what is the sound of peace? Yeah. What is the sound of freedom? What is this song carrying? And how can, like, where are the tension points in the song that I can explore with you? Maybe it's a certain note that I'm hitting that unlocks something in the room. Like, those are the nuancy things that you don't want to be experimenting with when you're ministering. Those are the things you want to bring into the secret place and practice with him to get really accurate.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So many behind the scenes that I would never know. I'm just like, these people are great at what they do.
Yeah, it's fun. I love going on an adventure with the Lord in my secret place time. Yeah. It's so rich and so fun.
When do you have a lot of time to do this? Is it
nobody can be home. It is like I have to Zach can't be there. That would be too weird. No.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? I'm like, no, because the Lord does say, like, get away with me. Like, come away with me and shut the door in the closet and pray. Like, find your moment of solitude where you're not thinking about anything. Yeah. And I'm certain that looks different for every person. Yeah. Sometimes it's the car. Yeah. Sometimes it's the shower. Yeah. Whenever you get a quiet moment. And throughout the different seasons of life, it looks different. But for me right now, it's me at the piano with the door closed and nobody home. And I just let loose.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah. That's awesome.
It's the best.
I love that. How do you personally, which is kind of a little bit what we're talking about here, connect with God through music?
Yeah.
And it's probably for you, it's probably your everyday life, I would imagine. Whereas most people don't get to experience music in the same way that a musician or a worship leader probably gets to.
I'm fortunate that I know how to play an instrument, because honestly, that's where I feel him the most, specifically on the piano, because the piano and I have had quite the complex relationship over the years. Like growing up, learning classical music and trying to learn how to sight read, and it being very frustrating for me as a child. Yeah. I stepped away from the piano for a number of years and didn't play at all. And it was after I was in a car accident, kind of forced into a season of rest, that I revisited the piano, and I asked the Holy Spirit to teach me how to play play. And I would just sit at the piano and work it out and try to like piece together what sounded right and what I was hearing in some worship songs. And it took probably about 3 years of just working that out with the Lord before I felt confident to minister from the instrument. But that's where I go in my secret place time, because it's so intimate with me and the Lord on that instrument, because he like taught me how to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guitar is something you played for a long time?
Guitar was similar but different. So I picked up the guitar because I noticed when I was serving on the worship team, there were a ton of female vocalists serving, and none of them played anything. Yeah. And I was like, I need something portable, because I was in college. And I was like, okay, what instrument?
It's harder to carry around a piano. But...
a lot harder to carry around a piano than a guitar.
Yeah.
So I wanted to differentiate myself so that I could understand the music side of leading worship. And I thought guitar was the logical choice. And I got a guitar for Christmas that year and took it up to school with me. And it was similar to the way that I ended up revisiting the piano. But I would spend sometimes 4 hours a day with my guitar in my dorm room, learning songs and exploring songs and worshiping in my dorm room in the secret place. Yeah. Probably took about maybe like 3 or 4 months. And then the worship leader of the youth group heard that I had started playing and was like, well, we need an acoustic. Can you play next week? And I was like, I guess. And then I learned by, being scheduled for set lists and learning chords like as I went. Yeah. It was a little bit different. Yeah, but similar in some ways.
But you were spending a lot of time, like 4 hours a day is a long time to be practicing. So you were, maybe didn't feel ready, but.
Yeah. I was motivated to learn.
Yeah.
Very motivated to learn. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was great.
Some of these questions I like here. What keeps your heart soft and passionate in worship, even when it becomes routine or behind the scenes? Ooh. So like I'm sure you probably lead worship, I'm guessing every Sunday, kind of every Sunday. So it's like kind of a routine a little bit. How do you keep your heart so soft to worship? I've
found a balance that works for me, because I used to do every single weekend. Youth groups, young adults, extra gatherings. All the time. It was like a really intense time of faithfulness. I'm in this season now where I love delegating to people. And I take,
that's healthy.
It is. It's balanced finally. And I take one Sunday off a month. Okay. I have a hobby. Yeah. I am refreshed in a lot of other areas. I do a lot of things outside of just my local church and doing set lists and stuff like that. So that keeps me very refreshed, I would say. Yeah. Yeah. And in regards to like a soft heart, I pray. Like, Lord, give me a burden for what you want to have happen this year or this weekend. Yeah. What are you trying to speak? Kind of not my will, but your will be done. Yeah. That's a good posture to have.
Balance is everything. I think in any area of our life. Yeah. We go through different seasons where you're like, maybe practicing for 4 hours, but now you don't have the time to do that.
Right. Yeah. I can't do that.
But we all have walk through different things. Yes. So was there a moment or a season in worship that you that you can't forget, or like that something like pops in your mind? I'm sure there's many.
Oh gosh,
you could just think of one.
Every season,
or season.
Every season has been so different. Yeah. I think probably one of my favorites was that moment of like being into forced rest, because it was like kind of like a freight train leading up to that. It was just like thing after thing after thing after serving after event after that, and it was just boom 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 and then boom, you boom, had boom, to boom, boom. Yeah. And all of a sudden it all stopped. Yeah. And I realized how my identity was actually tied to what I was doing, and I didn't realize it until the momentum finally came. It was all
taken away for a while. Yeah.
Yes, and it really brought me back to, not to be cheesy, but the heart of worship. Yeah. And I was like,
I love that song.
Oh, it makes me cry just thinking about it, because I'm like, he really is my source. Like, he is my source. And just getting back to that purity thing. I've always had purity in worship because I love the Lord and I love worshiping him.
Yeah.
But it got really real when I was like, no, I need him in this time in my life. And there was like a little bit of desperation mixed with my worship, that I needed peace. I needed his presence to survive. And those were some of the most powerful times in worship for me, when it was just me and him for a season.
Yeah. And all that other busyness was taking away, or responsibilities maybe.
Yeah.
For a little while.
I think both of those things. Yeah. And just being a young person and being in front of a lot of people all the time. Yeah. And thinking that I was, and I was in a lot of ways, like, so a part of something that was growing and moving very quickly, that I almost became more motivated to push and do because the reach was larger. When I finally realized that God's value system is a little bit different than maybe what my value system was, it recalibrated my heart in a way that I really needed. And that was special.
It's one of those moments where you're like, when bad things happen, you never want these bad things to happen, but sometimes you look at it and you're like, look how much in that hard season I grew in this area, right?
Oh yeah. Yes. He used it, but I also sought him.
Yeah. Because a lot of people can, in those hard seasons, just be like mad or angry at God, I mean, I'm sure there were moments of those too, but
right? Yeah. When bad things happen, it's okay to be frustrated, but where you aim it, like, aim it at him and ask him the hard questions and wrestle, just like David wrestled, and he meets you there. Yeah. Like, and all of that is worship. No matter what you're dealing with, when you bring it to him, he doesn't care how stinky it is or how negative it is or whatever. He just is like happy that you're like trusting him with it.
And like those real, that's what I always tell people all the time, is like, he loves the realness that people, because I think so many people, even in religion, they think they can't be real with God or talk to him like, I don't know.
Oh, it's funny because he knows it anyway. Like, he literally knows your every thought and motive. So it's like, trying to hide from him is like hilarious. It's like trying to hide behind a pane of glass. It's like, he knows it. He knows it all anyways. But I think when you realize, like, oh, he loves me, like, in it. And
no matter,
no matter what. Completely unconditional. He doesn't care if my song is beautiful. Yeah. Like, he loves all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So question for you. Yeah. So did you write music? Write songs, I should say, maybe not music. I don't know. Is that the right word to say?
I
do. Music, songs, I don't know. So maybe could you tell us a little bit about that and how you write, or how you come up with lyrics? Yeah. Maybe, I'm guessing in your secret place is probably where maybe.
Yeah, I started writing music when I started playing guitar. Okay. And loved it. That was probably 2011, 2012, right in the middle of Carrie Joe branching out, Brooke Leisure Wood, Hillsong, all those really acoustic and warm singer-songwriter Christian music things. Yeah. And some of the first songs I wrote, now I look back and I'm like, oh, those were cute. I'm so glad that I explored it. Yeah. And it was just me and my guitar just kind of chucking away and figuring it out. Over the years, I'm a songwriter that writes long game, long end game. So I'm not a quick writer. Okay. But I tend to keep songs and revisit them for sometimes a decade. Okay. So I really like to wrestle with the songs that I write. And I'm sure the more that I do it, maybe the faster it will become.
And maybe when that season's there,
Yes. Yeah, but I do. I write, and the stuff that I just recently released, they're very different songs. They're songs that I've carried for a really long time. So, yeah.
We're gonna have you sing it at some point here tonight.
Okay. I will sing. I will sing.
How was that experience? Like, was the
Songwriting?
song that you wrote and had recorded,
Yeah.
was it something that was recent or from a while ago?
This is from college years. So I used to be really afraid of co-writing because I thought people were going to steal my songs. It was like such a weird mentality that I just didn't understand.
Yes, but you understand why, because that's hard work that you put into
Yes,
it, I would imagine.
right. But I got around some really trusted friends that totally shifted my mindset into realizing how amazing co-writing is, and now I can't get enough of it.
Okay.
This is a song that I co-wrote with one of my good friends that came out of 19 North, and we started the song and it didn't feel finished, and I just sat on it for years and kept revisiting it and wrestling with it, and finally like figured out that we needed a couple more verses for it and wrote those. And so I pulled it out and it was finally finished last spring. Wow. And then I recorded it down in Nashville and released it. So
how was that experience?
Incredible. Amazing. A series of God connections and opened doors that could have only been the Lord. And I went down to Nashville. What was it? Last spring, 2024 spring.
Okay.
And I knocked out 2 songs with a great producer that I really trust and really respect.
Yeah.
And it was a fantastic experice.
Down in Nashville. You probably love Nashville.
I do love Nashville. Yeah.
Would you move there if you could?
You know, if I had a nickel for every day.
People ask you that.
I could buy a whole, I don't even know, a slushie at 7-Eleven.
You like horses. You
do.
like singing.
I do.
That's what I picture Nashville.
I know, and it on paper it makes sense, but the Lord has not released me to move to Nashville at all. I'm supposed to be here.
We went to Nashville not too long ago, and it was great, but I also loved Gatlinburg.
Oh, yeah.
It was amazing. Like, so many good hiking, and I don't know.
I haven't been out there yet.
You have to go. I grew up in Kentucky, so we went to Gatlinburg all the time as kids because it wasn't that far.
Yeah.
And so when we went a couple years ago, I don't remember it as, like, when I was there, I don't remember because it was way too long ago. Oh. But it was fun to experience the hiking, and
it's very pretty.
It's
there.
really pretty.
Yeah.
It was really pretty.
Big fan.
I love it. So what role does the Holy Spirit play in your creative process?
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
guessing all of it. But
literally, he tells me what to do.
Yes. How do you know? This is a big question. I feel like I asked almost everybody that's on this podcast in a random way, and it just comes up.
Yeah.
How do you know it's the Holy Spirit or feel the Holy Spirit? Because I think we all experience it. Even when I ask this question, even for myself, hear from the Holy Spirit very differently. All people. I'm guessing yours might be through music, but is that what you would say?
A lot of time, it depends on the setting. If I'm songwriting, then I just experiment and throw things out, and lyrics and melodies and whatever. And it's almost like a physical feeling when you're like, oh, that's it.
Okay.
Like, it almost feels like it has a little glitter on it. And you're like, that is him. That is so the Lord. When it comes to leading congregationally, oftentimes I will either speak by faith or sing by faith, something spontaneous. And I sometimes won't even know what I'm doing until I'm actually doing it.
Yeah. You're like, where'd that come from?
Yeah. It's kind of like a trust fall.
Yeah.
Or you just ask, you know, I'm just like, what's going on here? Like, and I'll listen on a lyric, and you can almost feel a tension in your soul, like a magnet, that there's something there.
Okay.
And I'm like, you know, like those, what is it, in the movie Brave, where there's like those little blue wisps? I feel like sometimes you sense that on a lyric or on a melody, and it's important to just
stay there.
Be curious and stay there for a second. Yeah.
It's cool too, because like as the person experiencing it, you're like, you can feel that, you know?
Yes.
When you have a person that leads worship well, that you can tell, I think, maybe, I don't know, I've been doing it a while in the Christian world, I guess. Yeah. That you can see like the difference between somebody that feels the Holy Spirit leading worship rather than somebody that's just, I don't know, singing.
Yeah. Right? Sometimes it doesn't happen spontaneously either. Yeah. Sometimes it happens in rehearsal or the week before or when you're building the set list. Yeah. Like, he's in all of it. Like, he is above and beyond time. Yeah. So it's cool how he speaks to you in the process.
Different areas of it.
Yes. And then it like makes sense after Sunday service. You're like, whoa, that like tied into the sermon perfectly.
Yes.
Or somebody comes up to you and said, I have been listening to that song all week, and the fact that you did it today like really spoke to me. So yeah, it's funny how he works. He's like, he's in, throughout, inside, outside, ahead of, behind, like all of it. He's like,
but you also have to be open to hear that, right?
Exactly.
Because I think whether it's in music or just our everyday lives, if we're not listening or having the secret place or quiet time, it's hard for us to hear from him.
Oh yeah.
At least for me, when I have a little bit of a ADD, I think. And it's hard for me I have to be in this place that's quiet. With no distractions to hear. Not always. I mean, sometimes it's just your like little nudges here and there. But I think whenever it's big things, it's always happened when I've taken time to be quiet.
Yes, definitely.
Which is hard in our
because busyness
world.
Can silence anything the Lord's trying to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's important.
So what are some unseen challenges of leading worship?
Yeah.
I'm asking a lot of questions about this random things because for me, like I said, I've never talked to somebody through these things and seeing like the other side of it. I only see, that girl was an amazing worship leader. And you can tell that the Holy Spirit, but I'm sure there's so much of it on the other side.
I will almost guarantee you every Sunday morning, your worship leader and production team has dealt with some sort of a catastrophe that morning. Like,
nobody knows.
Or a pivot or a change. And it could be anything. And it's like you have to be okay with making really quick decisions. And just letting it go.
And it not being perfect, I'm sure.
Exactly. Yeah. Just letting letting the Lord. Sometimes you're just like, okay, God, you're literally going to have to do this thing. And you just take a beat and recalibrate and remember what everything is about, because those distractions try to get you off course. And it really is interesting that sometimes the Sundays where you encountered the most opposition,
they turn out to be the
best ones. So there's a lot that you encounter.
Do you think, I'm sure as your journey through this leading worship for how I don't know how many years has it been?
I don't even know. 15 years, something like that.
I'm sure you've matured in that. Because before, or in the beginning, maybe it was overwhelming.
Well, as a creative, and I'm sure you understand this too, you want to get everything right. You just want to do it well. And sometimes to the detriment of yourself. It's like you put so much pressure on yourself to do things the best or the right, because your heart is to be very excellent. And sometimes when things go wrong, it can really shake you because your value system can be off. I know for me, I'm like, I want to execute this well. I want to hear the Holy Spirit the best. I want this whole room to just erupt in worship and be absolutely incredible, and people are on the floor and blah, blah, blah. Like you have all these visions of what you would love to see happen in the room. And sometimes when the Lord moves in a different way than what you envisioned, you can be disappointed by it and blame yourself. And that's a trap. And that actually is performance and idolatry. And that can be very I've been convicted of that multiple times because I didn't realize what it was.
I could see how that could be in any area of somebody's, whether it's your job or your, I don't know, your everyday life. How that being, measuring up, or like like you said, it's becoming more about you than production driven.
Because perfectionism really is fear of man. Like you're like, man, they're gonna think that I stink.
But also, do you think sometimes maybe even when you don't, like you said, you don't think maybe all these people experience God, but who knows what was going on in their heart?
Exactly.
Right?
Like, how does God measure anything? Like completely opposite to what we do usually. It's like, oh man, this person sang for the first time, or this person was even in this room, like,
or stood up. Or some people just don't even have, like, I've met so many people, especially I think even men for sure, it's hard for them to enter into God's presence. Especially if, I don't know, they haven't done it or even young, I don't know. But some people, men, just even singing for the first time is like a big deal.
Big deal. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so
that's cool.
Sometimes the little things.
Well, so this kind of question is what you're kind of talking about. How do you keep your heart pure when leading others, especially when it's easy to slip into the performance mode? So is there anything else you'd speak to that performance mode part?
I know that anytime I experience nerves, I'm slipping into performance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Any kind of fear associated with it, stage fright, nerves. Oh, I'm not going to do this well, whatever.
So, like, going back to when you were 13.
Yes.
Think about as a teenager,
Yes.
I'm sure. I mean, and it was new, so why wouldn't you be nervous?
And every 13-year-old thinks everybody's watching them anyways.
Yeah, for sure. Whether no matter what you're doing.
Literally no matter what, you're just always embarrassed.
Yeah.
And yes, I notice like when my heart starts to like like do that thing, I'm like, whoa, hang on a second. What's going on here? Am I trying to like do this perfect, or you know, like that's actually performance.
So what do you do in those moments? Like, how do you talk yourself or
I have to redefine the win, glorify God, and lead the room. Like that's my job. Doesn't matter if I hit the note right, or if I do this perfectly, or you know, a lot of times it happens in new spaces, and I'm just genuinely kind of like, I've never done this before. I lean into the Lord, and I remember his faithfulness in every new thing that I've done. He has always caught me and like done more than I could have imagined. And I experienced more peace and excitement than I could have ever imagined. And over the years, I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm just going to trust fall again.
Yeah, and you've done it. You've helped me here.
Yes, you've helped me here. And that helps a lot.
Does that typically happen to you like when you're on the stage, or like leading up to something new that you're going to do? Or both, maybe.
It's both. I think any environment that's new for me, it could be
makes
like
sense.
a recording studio. That was a first. Being in Nashville, I'm like, oh crap! Like, am I good?
This is a big deal.
I don't know. You know. And like that. That's or being in a TV studio, like doing something live for the first time. Bigger crowds or whatever it might be. Just the pressure shifts, and sometimes you freak out.
But that's like when you have to lean on God.
That is exactly when you lean on
Like
him.
you said, doing hard things.
Yeah.
Is when we have to, or if we're not, I always hear like probably Joyce Myers, I always say things about her, I think is like when you're not stepping out, then you're like living in this comfortable, right? And so then you might not, when you're not feeling that you need to lean on God, then maybe you're not stepping out where you need to be, right?
Yes. Yeah. Comfort is it could be a silent killer for sure. And routine.
And most people, whether you're a Christian or not, you want to live in the comfortable.
Oh yeah.
Most people do.
Absolutely.
People don't like to feel uncomfortable, I don't think.
Yeah. It's
in
true.
any area.
It's true. One of my favorite things is just to challenge God a little bit and be like, okay, like this is new for me. You know I'm scared.
Yeah.
Like show off, do your thing. Like prove me like I like that. Prove me right almost, or wrong. Prove me wrong. That you can't do this. Like, and I feel like the Lord he meets me there, and he's like, bet I'm on it. Like he always meets me every time. It exceeds my expectations every time.
He's so good.
He's so good.
That's so good. Kind of going along with that, have you ever experienced burnout? And how do you restore your passion? So you talked about that season of, maybe I'm guessing that was sneaky. A little bit of burnout, but without realizing it, maybe.
Yeah, burnout is sneaky.
Was there any other times or seasons?
Yeah, creative burnout, just exhaustion. I remember being very burnt out in college and not realizing it. Just kind of doing way too many things, trying to be impressive, honestly, and trying to like get a job. I don't know. Like it's just like you're just doing what you can, and you're young and you don't sleep, and things happen. Your immune system crashes. You think you can do it all, right? And eventually your body says no, stop. And it's always been an indicator for me. As soon as my health starts slipping and I start experiencing anxiety, you can tell that your whole system is kind of like a blinking light on the dashboard, like, hey, pay attention, something isn't right here. And you have to listen to that, because when you push past it, and sometimes when you're in a faith environment, you do kind of grit past some of the physical stuff, and there's a tension in that, right? Like, yes, sometimes you need to push beyond your comfort zone, but when you live in that like above and beyond what is healthy, that's when you can really do some damage to your system. And you have to remember, like, why am I doing this? Am I okay? Am I hearing from the Lord, or am I just surviving? Is Sabbath happening? Am I having a Sabbath? like looking at biblical rhythms and even how Jesus did ministry. He retreated often to be alone with the Father. If I can't do that, then something's off balance there.
Yeah, that's so good. And I think in the Christian world, that's very hard for people because, like you said, if you're feeling a little bit of that, it's like, oh, well, God will help you.
Yeah.
And you can get past that.
Uh-huh.
But if you're not ever giving yourself time to refuel, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be not good.
No.
I don't think. Medically, I don't know.
Yeah, a Sabbath should happen every week.
Yeah.
You should have a full day off every week at least.
What day do you typically take?
I take 2 days off.
Well, 2 days.
And sometimes more.
Yeah.
You need a day to do your normal stuff, like laundry and groceries and things like that. That's not Sabbath.
Yeah, that's not Sabbath.
That's not a Sabbath. A Sabbath is being with Him.
Yeah.
Doing things that draw you closer to His heart.
Yeah.
Reading, playing, praying.
Yeah.
Solitude. Going on a walk. For me, it's riding a horse oftentimes.
Yeah.
Like just getting outside of the norm and connecting with the Lord. It's refreshing. Necessary.
I guess we didn't talk about that too. Like, you actually, that's what you do for your job.
Yeah.
Right? We didn't talk about this, but you lead, like, that is kind of
it's
what you do.
It's my full-time thing.
Yeah.
I serve the local church as a worship and creative director.
Yeah.
So I love it. This is my norm.
Yeah.
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 So it's the best job in the world. It doesn't even feel like work.
Everything that, that's what I was going to say. It probably doesn't feel like work.
No.
But if you didn't.
But it is, for sure.
It is. And if you didn't take those healthy Sabbaths, you might not love it as much as, even if it's something you're super passionate about.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't give yourself that extra time.
Yes.
What do you think God is doing in the global worship movement right now?
What even is that? I'm like, I'll be honest, I don't have a super great pulse on the global sphere. My heart is for like our state and our city specifically. Like I have a much better grasp on what the Lord is speaking in our community, the city right now.
I love that. Yeah.
But some people do. Their mission is to be all around the world and see the Lord all over the place. My specific calling is unity within the city of Pittsburgh, and asking the Lord what He's speaking here. Yeah. So I can answer the question on what I feel.
And maybe the global, like this said global,
or
meaning global, I guess, about, but everyone's heart, or even this season right now, who knows where you'll be in 5 years or whatever. Yeah. But what do you see? Because were you singing in Pittsburgh, like, there's like a band or something? Or
Steel City Revival. Yeah, that came out.
That's what it reminded me of when you said that.
Yes.
I was like,
Yes, I think Pittsburgh has a lot to do with unity.
Yeah.
But the global church, I don't know. I guess just worship music and Christian music and all of it. I'm noticing that people are really drawn towards authenticity more than anything. Like they just want the real stuff.
Yeah.
They don't want the flash. They don't want, like, especially in the next generation, they're like over. They can see straight through it. They're like, this is, you're fronting something and this isn't real. They sniff it out real quick. So I'm like, I really think that the most transparent, real, raw, gritty worship, that is the sound that I'm hearing all over the place. Is like people, you can tell they've worked it out with the Lord, and it is like, it is real and wild and a little bit untamed. That seems to be the stuff that's connecting with people right now. And I think that's the song that the Lord wants. He wants every song that we sing, right? But I think that there's something resonating with the church as a whole. They want real. Yeah. They don't want fluff.
Because I think in our world right now, in our society, everything seems to be a little more fake than it used to be, right? With social media. Like, it's not. Yeah. So maybe like that probably. Yeah. Maybe is a little bit reason why, like, they see so much stuff that isn't real that they know, like, Jesus is real. Yeah. So let's just. Show all the fake
I'm
stuff.
a part of a generation where it's the Snapchat filters and Instagram filters and the perfect Instagram picture and bio, whatever. Like, we do our best to put our best foot forward. But what I'm seeing with the next generation is like they kind of just are themselves. Yeah. Like they try to just show up and be real and chill and maybe I have that wrong, but That's what I'm noticing.
No, I think that would make sense, too. As you're saying it, like, that's, I think,
I don't know.
That's cool. Well, as we're, like, winding down here, what would you say to maybe somebody back to when you were 13 and starting, and maybe they feel this call or this passion, but are afraid or don't know what to do or how would you encourage them?
Well, I would tell them what the Lord told me when I was at an intersection in my life, that, you know, when you're faced with obedience and discomfort, or you choose to kind of go your own way and live comfortably, like, the Lord still blesses you because he loves you. Like, you won't be cursed or anything. But when you step out in faith and partner with the Lord, I can tell you, you'll find yourself in environments you could have never imagined. You will meet people that you could have never imagined that you would meet, or be in rooms that you could never imagine you would be in. And we don't do it for influence or for clout or anything like that. But the Lord really, he is glorified to the full when you obey him. Yeah. And it's a really cool ride to go on.
I so agree with that, because I think once you take these little steps of obedience, no matter what it is, if it's in worship music or whatever it is, like, those little steps you forget one day, you're like, how did I get here?
I've been in a couple of environments from like, I just shook this person's hand and I'm eating dinner with these people. How the heck did this happen?
But it's all those little yeses that.
And this is the other piece of it. Just what you said. The little yeses are actually the big ones. The things that seem insignificant are actually the big ones. Decisions. Yes, that's how God works. 100%.
So true. This is so exciting, and so I learned so much. I feel like about worship.
Me too. The Lord works. It's awesome.
I love it. So can you tell us? You wrote your song, and we'll let you play it. Is there like a place people can find you? You're on Spotify, right?
I'm streaming everywhere, thanks to my distribution.
There you go.
You can search up my name and find the songs that I released this past spring. So
that'd be great. Ellie Interview.
There we go.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It's been so fun and exciting. And you guys will hear a song soon. But thank you guys all for joining us today, and make sure you subscribe and check us out next time.
The sun, precious one, humbly human came, perfect love, took my cup, what sacrifice you made. Foundation this war.